Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you how we cleaned these neon signs. I've actually only got one cleaned. The other one I'm getting ready to do. I just kind of want to show you guys the before and after. Now, the one thing you want to be careful with is these things, especially with this red. This red is actually an outer coating. Not sure what it is, what type of paint or whatever it may be, but you got to be really careful because you can have this stuff start flaking off. So mainly in these reds and these two signs here are the ones you got to be really careful on. The black on the back as well will kind of chip off if you're not careful, but this one we've got it cleaned. We're getting ready to work on the Budweiser. I'm gonna bring you up close to show you, but really all you need for this is basically some air pressure, a stiff paintbrush, and then you want to get some Dawn dish detergent and some warm water. All right, we've got our water with Dawn mixed in there. I want to stir it up. You don't need to do but a couple drops. This blue, we use the blue Dawn. It seems to do really well. We'll put this sign and do this in a place that you don't mind it getting wet, anything like that. But let's take a look at these signs at first. So this is the Budweiser sign, and this is exactly how the other one looked. I mean, pretty filthy, pretty dirty. A lot of stuff on the top of here. Now this is the clean one, the ice house that's been cleaned. As you can see, try to get in there and get as much as you can out of it while still being careful, because here you'll see the paint is starting to come off there, so be really careful. But overall, much cleaner than it was. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is just kind of hit all this heavy stuff off the front with the air blast and just be real light with it. And you see this black is really chipping bad on this one. Looks like I'm gonna lose probably majority of it. Let me swap over to the other one I've got here. Mainly just get all this heavy stuff off of here as much as you can. And on the metal frame, it don't matter how hard you blow. All right, so I'm going to show you. See, these signs are in such bad shape that this black is literally just lifting up off of there, which there's only so much you can do with these things at this point. I'm sure somebody knows what they're doing, can probably repaint these, and I may eventually. I'll have to look into it, see what they actually use, but we want to get these things clean. So this is after hitting it with a little bit of air and just mainly getting some of the heavy stuff off. But all right, so I'm probably going to have issues with this red. I'm going to have to be really careful. If you look, it looks like it's cracked right there, but it's actually the coating coming off. We've got a spot there, and something is going on right in this area. At some point in time, something has happened there. So we're going to start cleaning from the top, work our way down. You want to be careful when you get around the box back here. You don't want to soak it down with anything liquid, get in there. You want to try to keep it as dry as you can. But basically, we're going to take this paintbrush and just work our way around this thing. I'm going to show you real quick, and then I'm going to put you down. I'm not going to lie, put a little bit on there. Be kind of liberal with it. Kind of make sure you get it good and soaked up. Just kind of lightly brush it. Don't put a lot of pressure on it. And just kind of hit it and soak it. Now, don't make it too, don't do too big of an area, because what you're going to do is come back and hose it all off. Air it off, not hose it off. Now you may have to hit it a few times, but you don't want that stuff re-drying back on there in the waters. So you can kind of see from the one pass there, the difference in the two there. A lot of the grime is coming off. Like I said, we got to be really careful up here because we have some of that paint issue going on. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, had to put you guys down, kind of walk you through what I'm doing here. But basically, I'm going to kind of start up here at the top, even on all this, and just nicely brush it with some soapy water. Kind of dab it every now and then. All right, now I want to kind of go ahead and blow this out before it gets in there too much. Now I'm going to try to scrub this one a little bit because it's got a little bit of tinge to it there, but I believe that's from the back side. All right. Make sure I get this top side real good. I want to get all this thing as clean as I can, as much junk off of it. These things sat in the gas station next door for God knows how many years. I think these things are from the early 2000s. And then we got them a couple years ago, and they've actually just been sitting in storage. They were dirty when we first got them. Then they even got dirtier after we got them. So now we're going to try to clean these things up, which I'm happy with how the ice house has turned out. It's actually cleaned up actually very good. Just gotta be careful with the paint, all. So I'm gonna try to hit this area here that has the issue with the potential paint and try to be really careful, because I don't want this paint coming off if I can help it. All right, let's just blow this off real quick. Use light pressure on this right here. So this is where the paint can start flaking. All right, so I'm gonna bring you guys in to get a good comparison of this. So you can see the difference in red on the clean versus the dirty part. So just like I said, really careful here, which I'm done. I'm not gonna probably go over that. I may go over one more time, but for the most part, it's actually fairly clean looking. So All right, let's take a look at it. So there you see it. Much cleaner than it was. Now, I did have some issues with what I was afraid of, this red coming off. So we're going to see what we can do about fixing that. And of course, the black down here behind these was pretty bad and flaky to begin with, but it is much cleaner than it was. So, one thing to do, let them dry and plug them in. Well, this is what came off just the one side and the brush. Doesn't include what dripped off. So quite a bit of dirt. But the real success will be how this actually looks when we turn them on. Nice. Oh yeah. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. So they look spectacular. Even with the paint chipped, they really don't look bad. I say the Ice House when you can see the white showing through, but it's not terrible. But the Budweiser, you actually can't even tell it. So I'm kind of wondering, I mean, you can see the paint missing in a spot where it's a little bit brighter in a few areas. But the reality is do we really need that paint on there for that? And even with the black missing on the Budweiser, I mean, yeah, you see the slash coming back up there, but that's not bad. So super happy with how these are looking. I mean, these things are, I did check the date tag. I want to say it was from 2003. The other one, this one, I don't think had the tag on it, but the Budweiser was 2003. So they're going to look real good in the game room once we get them put up. Super happy with them.